Alright, should be back, should be good. Alright, things should be resetted. Should be good at this point. Okay. Welcome! For those who are watching on YouTube, welcome. And for those who are on stream, hey, we're live. I'm just gonna jump into it. In all honesty, you lied, it was 15 seconds, you motherfucker. For those who don't remember, basically, the professor... Just a quick recap from last stream. We had the court case. We basically found out that the person who shot the arrow was the person who built the contraption. The professor has finally admitted to giving up that his thing may be only a lie. So he's given up on that. And yeah. And now we're allowed to have full investigation of his machine because it's not protected under the Scientific Inventions Act anymore. So, that being said, let's get to it. 23rd October, 2:41 p.m. Naruhodo's legal consultee. Oh, and Husato's back in her steampunk outfit. Oh, this room. It's been too long. It hasn't changed in the slightest, though. And it's been some 6 months, hasn't it? That's a long time for things to stay so familiar. I don't know when you might return, and I wanted everything to be as you left it. But it has been some 6 months. It's true. So your father's alright, Susie? What happened? My father? Yes, Professor Mikotoba, I mean. It was half a year ago, but that's why you went back to Japan. Because of the telegram you received saying he's fallen ill with a very high fever for some unknown reason. That's right. So I was surprised to learn you'd be coming back so soon. Surprised, but happy. Oh, look at her eyes. I think I wrote about it in my letter to you. That it was all a trick. My father is in fine health, and I'm obviously very relieved about that. Ooh. Well, we're all delighted to have you back. Yes, it was quite an accident I'd be able to return to Europe, actually. It's because of a very grand conference called the International Forensic Science Synopsis. Oh, she's gonna be a forensic scientist? That's the same thing Lord Strongheart mentioned. Anyways, I arrived safe and sound, and all that matters here is that I'm here now. After all, I haven't yet fulfilled my promise to you, Iris. Oh! You must tell us everything that happened while you were back in Japan. Of course, I shall. And there's one other thing. Something you wrote in your letter that particularly grabbed my attention. About you-know-who. About Kazuma. I know. I'll tell you all I can. Fucking tell me! What happened back in Britain? When I first arrived back in Japan, I really thought I'd never be allowed to return to Britain. But curiously, after that awful trial at the Supreme Court, Father's mood changed entirely. The awful trial? Oh, yeah, for the murder of Giselle Barrett. Ooh, you dressed as a man then, didn't you, Susie? Oh, well, yes. Since women are forbidden in the courtroom, I had no choice. Wow, amazing! Must have been so hot, right? You know? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. I wanted to play along being a warrior now. Maybe I could wear a fake mustache, maybe. I don't think a mustache could hide the fact that you're just 10 years old, Iris. That's right, we don't loot her. She's just 10 years old. There's something else that's been wanting to ask you, Miss Susato. It's about the real reason why Professor Mikotoba summoned you back to Japan. You said in your letter it was something to do with that convict's loot we found in Natsumi's loggings? That's right, the very large dog collar we found with the bee emblem on it. It seems Mr. Natsumi's drawing included a drawing of a collar in the report he submitted about his time in Britain. I understand that when Father saw the report, he turned as white as a sheet. Why would that be then? Father came back to Britain himself, of course, to study. It was some time ago now, but he stayed for 6 years. I can only imagine that something must have happened during that time. But if he refused to tell me what it was, then I intend to find the answers for myself. So I've decided that I, for one, won't keep any more secrets. Oh, Sissy! That's a very meaningful look Susato's giving Iris there. Meaningful indeed. Forensic science synopsis. Lord Strongheart mentions something about the synopsis, too. I think he said something that the investigation authorities from 40 different countries would attend. Yes. And from Japan, my father and Judge Jikoku have been invited. Judge Jikoku. Judge Jikoku. However you say it, right? Oh, it's something of that honor, I believe. Well, Professor Mikotoba is the leading expert in forensic medicine in our country, after all. But who's the other person you mentioned? A judge, you said? Judge, hell. Yes, His Excellency, Judge Seishiro Jikoku. You've met him, Mr. Naruhodo. Just last year. I wish they called him Naruhodo Dono, or Naruhodo Sama, or Naruhodo San. I think it would have been nicer, but I guess it makes sense since they really want to translate it to English. Last year in the Supreme Court, you couldn't have possibly forgotten. Wait, who? That terrible trial of yours when you were accused of murder. I try to think of that as a positive turning point in my life these days. Oh, that guy specifically? I guess technically I've only had him as my judge once, huh? Well, it was Judge Jikoku who presided over that trial. Oh, I guess it makes sense, huh? Kind of forgot he existed. Well, not that I forgot he existed, but I technically only had, Ryunosuke only had one interaction with them. Beard brush, that's right, bread brush. It all comes down to who localized the game, and while fun number of people may not get the whole San thing. That's true. I guess it makes sense. If I'm perfectly honest, I've been happy never to see that man's face again in my life. Oh, well, anyways, as father was invited to the symposium, he agreed to me returning to Britain too. He won't actually arrive until next month, but well, I couldn't wait. Her father's gonna die next trial. Her father, 100%, 120, 200 goddamn percent. Her father's gonna fucking die. 200, 300, 4 goddamn percent. I'm telling you, 500% her dad's gonna die. All right, I'm telling you, like, I called it now. 600% her dad's gonna die. Okay, 300 pounds of ham later, like I guarantee you. So I pleaded with him, and in the end, he agreed to go on ahead. I should stop making her talk Japanese since she's a major character. Yes, the synopsis. It seems as though Lord Strongheart has put an awful lot of work to make it happen. It's obviously very important. I believe it is, yes. As I understand it, Lord Strongheart organized the entirety event himself. I think he's hoping that by achieving exponential results, he'll get the job of the Attorney General. So many people blame the translation for things being off, but it comes down to, oh wait, I just read that, Skyfuck. The most senior position in the British justice system. He's hoping to use his power to create the world's finest policing institution. That's what Father said anyways. Apparently, it's Lord Strongheart's lifelong ambition. Does Professor Mikotoba know Lord Strongheart personally then? I wonder. Well, of course he does. He said he'd studied her for 6 years. Actually, Lord Strongheart gave me a long speech about this very subject only yesterday. But I sort of lost the will to live early on and didn't really listen much to it. How trying of you. Giselle Barrett. I remember this case. That was interesting. Giselle, she was killed by a Japanese guy who was like, she shouldn't be getting away scot-free, so I'm gonna kill her. That was literally it. It was so fucking weird. The woman whose unforgettable actions ended in me being wrongly accused of a crime I didn't commit. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson. Yes, Giselle Barrett. That's a name I won't forget for as long as I live. The extraordinary thing is, though, it seems it's a name we should all forget. What? Sorry? Since the incident, our government's intelligence service has been investigating Miss Barrett. But it turns out that an English woman by the name Giselle Barrett didn't actually exist. Oh. Didn't exist? But how can that be? Oh, that's right. We're supposed to get so I remember on the second case of the first game, they had something about a Russian activist who was also in this game. So that's also gonna come into play, I'm pretty sure. It was Pasudium. Her real name was Shin, and she wasn't a visiting student either. That was a front. A front? Who on earth is she then? Miss A. Shin. A Shin? Like an like my leg. Her name is literally all our intelligence service has been able to ascertain about her. No one knows why, or even how she even came to be in Japan. It's a complete mystery, but that makes no sense. It's no easy task to accept as a foreign student anywhere. What could the woman been up to? I'm afraid I don't know. The only thing we can be sure of is that she had some business in our country that we don't understand yet. Maybe she's a fucking assassin. Maybe she was killed because she failed her job, and now she's been killed. All while the questions surrounding her existence remain unanswered. I'm afraid so. A Shin, huh? Who on earth was she? And Shin is a Japanese name, right? There's no way. Yeah, Battler is poor Osaka Hime in Fate-Go, where they have her saying super bad weeb speak when she is Japanese to begin with. Oh no. Why do I feel as I heard the name before? A Shin. Shin? Alright, what about Kazuma? After my friend Ray's trial, the reporter who actually killed Miss Barrett said something very strange. Oh, wait, what did he say? I don't remember this. I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on, in that visiting student's faith. What? Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know the guy never made it to England, that he died on the steamship, and that he never... Wait, why does he know about it? Obviously, I couldn't ask him to elaborate at the time. But later, I visited the man in his prison cell and asked him what he was going on about Kazuma-san. And what did you learn? Oh, you know what? She called him Kazuma-san? I guess because they're Britain, they're calling him Mr. After he died on the voyage to Great Britain, his body should have been unlaid at the port of Hong Kong and passed into the care of the consulate staff there. Should have been. Well, it turns out that his body never arrived. It's just disappeared. Wait, Kazuma's body vanished? Our government is trying to cover up the fact, it seems. They erected a grave on the cliff by our hometown, except Kazuma-san isn't there. Did Professor Mikotoba know about this? Yes, it would seem that he did. But he didn't tell me. They're still investigating what happened to Kazuma-san's body as we speak. I just don't believe it. And what is this acute feeling of apprehension I have all of a sudden? What is going on? There's no way Diggy's right. There's no fucking way Diggy called it 5 months ago that he's still fucking alive. There's no way. I refuse to believe that this person is still fucking alive. Thinking back now, some of the things that happened on the SS Bureau was definitely strange. I mean, after he died, we never saw his body again, did we? Could it be? Could it be that he's actually still alive? Stop it, Naruhodo. It's too much to bear. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Just think about the possibility pains me so very much. Cast your mind back for a second. Mr. Naruhodo. When Kazuma-san was discovered, Mr. Shlomes was there, wasn't he? And he definitely examined the body. I remember it clearly. Oh, you're right. You know what sucks? I just ate that huge... Well, it wasn't a huge bowl, but I just ate that bowl of rice. And I'm still hungry. I feel hungry. I feel tired. God, going to the gym sucks, but I need to keep it up. God, am I gonna have a good sleep after this session. If Kazuma hasn't actually been dead at all, it would mean that Mr. Shlomes had lied to us. But there's no reason why he would possibly have done such a thing. Gym makes me hungry. If I'm a gym, does that mean every Pokemon gym leader is always hungry? Hold on, I just got a DM. Sky! Oh, this one? You're really just starting to Wakaru understand? Oh my god, I don't like that at all, Sky. I don't like that translation at all. Yikers. I don't like that one bit. It hurts. Wakaru? Wakaru? You're just starting to Wakaru understand? I don't like... She's cute, but I don't like that at all. Yes, I suppose that's true, yes. I kind of like her original outfit, to be real. The idea that he might still be alive somewhere. wants to fill me with hope, but I can't let it because if it turns out not to be true. Oh, she's crying. And I'll be back at the bottom of that awful pit of despair again. Oh, don't cry. I'm terrified of what that might do to me. Oh, Miss Susato. I know she's given the idea of thought to it deserves. It's Susato we're talking about after all. I probably shouldn't put it now. Or push it now. Alright, well. You have water gently boiling on the stove, I see. It feels wrong somehow if I can't hear the water bubbling away. And we have plenty of logs. It's not like I have to worry about paying for gas. It's important to open the window for fresh air when the fire's burning, though. You can't keep it closed just because it's cold outside. It could be a matter of life and death. Do not fall into Zetsubo. We start talking like that. Oh, I feel like I'm so Zetsubo. I'm so, watashi wa hungry desu. What is this guy? My eyes blinded from the display of husbando. Oh god. Swimsuit. Wall poggers? That's not a Chinibu out there who would love to there's not a God damn it. These are terrible. These are terrible. Avoid the freezing winter air is all a matter of life or death too, if you ask me. Oh, well, perhaps a nice cup of tea will warm you up later. Oh, she's cute! Nothing particularly to note. Oh, what's up, Iris? What the fuck you doing over here in my room? It must be about a year ago now. I wrote a really long story based on some of my father's old notes. It's about one of Holy's great exploits. I call it the Hound of the Baskervilles. But then Mr. Shlom forbade you from publishing it and put the manuscript somewhere nobody could get their hands on it. That's right! That's the manuscript that hasn't been released, and that's because it hasn't been fucking solved yet. So nobody knows anything apart of it, apart from Holy and I. But for some reason, you knew the title of it, didn't you, Susie? That's right, because, oh, it sounds so exciting, the Hounds of Baskerville. Should love to read it. Oh yeah, and she knew about it because her dad. You wouldn't tell me. How'd you come to know of it? Because we couldn't tell that her fucking dad's dead. Yes, but I made you a promise I would explain one day, didn't I? I think it's time. Oh, she's gonna tell her? Oh, this is gonna be hard. I'm only sorry to have kept it from you for so long, Iris. The Hounds of Baskerville. It was completely by accident that I came to know the title of your manuscript, Iris. It was a short while before we left Japan. I was cleaning Father's study and I saw something on his writing desk. A large box of papers. There was a label affixed to the box that was written in English, and it read, The Hound of the Baskervilles. What? My Baskerville story? Of course, I had no idea at the time. But Father came in and... Susato! What the fuck? What Tashiwa are you doing? What the Nani the fuck you doing? There you go, that's my translation. Oh, Otosan! Did you look at those papers? Yeah, I simply read the label, that's all. Naruhodo. Ah, skoshi. Well, I put it out of your mind. Sorry? Forget that you ever saw it, and clearly, don't tell anyone about this. You understand? Wakarimasen? Wakarimashita? Hi. So. Hi. But what was Iris's manuscript doing in Japan? I have no idea. But when I heard Iris mention the word Baskerville that day, the title just slipped out. I would have never guessed that it was an unpublished account of one of Mr. Shlom's exploits. When I returned to Japan, I asked Father to explain, but he refused to answer any of my questions. But there was no signs of the big box in his office. Wait a minute. Wait, Iris wrote this book a long time ago. This book came to Japan by her father, uh, John H. Watson. The book was given to him. Did Kazuma take it back and give it to Holmes? Is that possible? Oh, she was like 3 then, right? Oh, wait, yeah. That's you're right. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's really all I know about it. I have no doubt that Father has a good reason for being so secretive about it, but still. I made up my mind to explain myself to both of you. Well, thank you for being so honest, Susie. So, Mr. Naruto, I'm ready to investigate if you are. I think is the Baskervilles story. I've committed every single detail about the case to memory. And Iris has told me about the disturbing happenings at the Waxworks Museum. So, you're fully abreast of the situation, or I've never heard of that word. Abreast? Abreast? Someone told me, if I came into work as like, yeah, I know what's going on, and they're like, wow, Larry, you're really abreast of the situation, I would have been like, tit? Tit the fuck? This Susato, I expect nothing less of you, to be honest. I would think our first port or call should be to investigate this Mr. Derber, the engineer responsible for building this elaborate machine that was used to effect this extraordinary trick. Yes, a conjurer of some sort, by the sounds of it. Well known in the fields of science and magic. Yeah, I would have googled that shit. Then we need to go and arrest him. Well, yeah, he must know the truth behind this case, so I agree, we really do need to find this man. It sounds like a case of tracking someone down, which is a job for the police. Oh, a great detective. Are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of? Well, we don't have much time, so we need to get started straight away, I think. Good idea. Well, best of luck to you. Oh, you're not coming today? I'm going to Brixton Road shortly for a herb market. Just let me know how you got on, won't you? Whew! Just a 10-year-old girl on the streets of her own. That was a little abrupt. The pull of a herb market must be strong. Let's go! We got Susato, baby! Can I change their outfit? I probably have to go to the I gotta stop yawning. Piece of shit. Let's go to Madame Tespel. Hottie hot. I forget, did she have D cups or AC cups? Did she have boobs? I don't remember if she had boobs or not. Oh my. No wonder it's called the House of Horrors. It's like I like to turn my heel and go straight home. Viva the confectionery. Being scared makes you crave sweets? I can understand that. I was looking forward to a reunion after 6 months away, but there's no sign of Mr. Shlomes anywhere. That's strange. He should be here investigating the abduction of the Waxwork. Oh well, I suppose we just have to come back later. Wait, is he not here? Guess he's not here. I guess he's not here. Give me your money! And your dress. I love your dress. Where did you get it? He's like approaching the girl. Oh, he's a freak, dude. Look at him. It's like in that one movie. What's that one movie called? What's that one movie? I really like. I always talk about this movie because like it's a book and it's a very famous book, and then there's a movie of it, and I don't give two shits about the book, but I love the movie. No, The Count of Monte Cristo. It's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. I love that movie a lot. I also like The Great Gatsby. I watched the original in class, the 1980 ones, and I thought that was it. Yeah, it was like 1980s, but the setting was 1960s, I think. And I remember I watched the remake in the hospital. I watched the remake of the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio in the hospital. I don't remember any of it, but I remember liking The Great Gatsby in the original. But I really liked The Count of Monte Cristo. And when I told Diggy about it, she was like, I read the book, but I didn't know there was a movie. I watched it with her, and she was like, it's a good movie. Good movie. I really like it. And there's even an anime. I like The Count and how they write him in different versions of it. Besides that, though, I've only seen the original movie, but I feel like I kind of want to watch it tonight. Maybe I'll just watch it tonight while I'm like reading manga and like relaxing in bed. Because, God, I really like that movie for some reason. I don't know. It's just so good. It's so good. 23rd October, local prison. Cell numero. How do you say 11 in Spanish? Is it dos ichi ni san shi go roku hana dokyun? No. Once. Once? You're kidding me. Oh, unce? Unce? Is it uno? Uche? Juni is Japanese. Yeah, Juni, Juichi, Junshi, Gojugo, Roku, Nara. I fucking forgot everything. Muy, pi, pe, pun, pram, muy, pram, pi, pram, pe, pram, pun. Top, muy. Is it 10? Top. Top is how you say 10 in Khmer. Top, muy, top, pi, top, pe, top, pun. Top, sa. That's how you say 15 in Khmer. Muy, pi, pe, pun, pram, muy, pram, pi, pram, pe, pram, pun. I should ask my mom to start teaching me Khmer a little bit, or just start listening to Cambodians talk again. It's been a while. What's that language? It's Khmer. I speak a little bit of Cambodian, and just because I talk to my mom, so I'm like ma chomrip sua, or I'm like pak tuya choi pang. I fuck around. I'm like spy chung nana, ma kyong klien, ma ta a, ma cha ma ani a, and I'm like and she's like ani sak ko kriam. I'm like cool, pai cha, like pai nana. I'm like where's the rice? You know? He's like oh pai nani. Like okay, and she's like here, and she's like yum sako cream with the with I don't know tak barok, and I'm like alright cool. I slightly know another language. It's kind of it doesn't sound real, but it's definitely a real language. Fucking Cambodian people, dude. I haven't heard Cambodians in so long because I don't live with my mom anymore. But I basically speak extremely broken Khmer, like baby words, but I can get around with my mom. She was like, "Oh, how she'll talk in Khmer and say something like, "Oh, how's it over there?" I'm like, "Oh, kyom taka chun." Like I work a lot, but when on my day off, I sleep. Take lane game, tub hok. I make tak bahok. I make sauce on my day off. That's a try to make tak bahok. Cha sako. I cook some meat up. I talk like that, sort of like broken English. He's like, mean Louis Chan, do you have a lot of money? I'm like, Kyom mean Louis tick I have too little money. It's like, but I save, things like that. Oh, languages are fucking cool, just hearing it. I had a guy speak, I was like, he's like, oh, you want to teach your son Arabic and in English? He's like, yeah, I want to make sure my son speaks Arabic and English at the same time. I want him to grow up successful and to be able to speak two languages. And I was like, that's really cool. My mom tried to teach me, but it was really hard to teach me. I say stuff like that. And hearing him speak Arabic was just so interesting, I hope when I have kids one day, or if I have kids, or maybe myself, that I'm able to learn Japanese, Khmer, and Korean. Just because I have a love for the culture and all their stuff, I want to be able to learn Japanese, Korean, and Khmer for my own language. That's like my maybe my bucket list in my life, because I'm really bad at it, obviously. Anyways, back to the game. It fucking timed out, so back to the game. What? What is he doing? Oh, let me turn off the heat, because this jacket's getting me heated. Fucking heated! Kyum! Go hot! Kyum! I forgot to say how I'm hot in Khmer. Maybe I should just say Khmer words on stream and get used to that. Oh, oh my, the whole wall of the cell is covered in mathematical equations, and he's still writing more. Professor, sorry to interrupt. I may have just busted a squat. Mr. Naruto. And who is this young lady? My name is Susato Mikotaba. I'm Mr. Naruto's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor. Oh, if only I met a refined young woman like you sooner. None of this would have happened. None of this. No, that's not logical. That makes no sense at all. Oh, dear, I'm sorry if I put my presence here upsets you. I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't mean to deliver what I promised you I would in court this morning. Oh, no. The whole thing's miserable and unfair. It all happened because I'm such a complete and utter clot. Professor Hairbrian? E? He almost got E equals MC square? What have you been working on near your cell? Oh, well, you mean that. Oh dear, how embarrassing. I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply wanted to write it down. The wall's all I had in hand. Oh, is this some new hypothesis? Something to surpass the super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, maybe? No, actually, this is my autobiography. Your autobiography? How I was nibbled in the fiddle by the Albert Hairbrian. I found that I can represent my odd fortunes with only odd numbers in an ambitious set of simulation equations. Really? I'm gonna have to pay back all the loans I took for the kinesis machine, you see. So I'm gonna be a new serial publication from next month. Part 1, An Odd Birth, An Odd Uprising. You can't beat the man's optimism, that's for sure. I see. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little bit more about the case? Oh, yes, of course. I've been working through the numbers. I was fiddled by the pair of... A pair of what? I fiddled and diddled these nuts. I fucking got him, dude. Just fucking got himself. By Osmond and that aloof engineer, Mr. Debray. We're not going to have to sit through an explanation of all these equations, are we? That's right, give me a pants grab. Give me a motherfucking pants grab. Oh, just did not mean to move. Drink some water. It kind of sucks how hungry I am, though. Everything I believe in has turned on its heads. My research, Mr. Asman, the kinetics machine, my hypothesis, even I'm sorry to have come to this. There really is no other way. No, it's not your fault. I just wanted to protect my work, but in the end, there was nothing worth protecting. It was never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public. No, of course you didn't. But in court this morning, I realized something. Oh? If you've done something wrong without knowing it, that you've still done something wrong logically, and makes no difference if you were aware of it or not. Ignorance is a poor excuse. The blame still lies with me. Oh, Professor. He believes me in this morning, you know. Barack did. He believes in my hypothesis. Well, I think that was just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing its case. No, Barack wouldn't do something like that. I'm sure he's genuinely believed it. Did he? I don't know, did he? I don't think he did. I think I understand now. Why it has that he decided to take on the prosecution of my trial, I mean. Why did he? Okay, tell me. After that terrible incident happened, nobody would believe my hypothesis anymore. Not even the police, not the prosecution service, not any lawyer even. I feel like I've dealt some kind of finishing blow there. So, if any of the prosecutors had taken the case, if it was anyone other than Barack, I'm sure the prosecution would have declared my hypothesis a complete and utter nonsense. And in that case, you would have been declared a fraud yourself, Professor. Exactly, which would have been the fate, worse than death for me. But Barack insisted I was a proper man of science from start to finish. You think that's why he... I know him very well indeed. He's an extremely kind-hearted soul. But that's extremely kind-hearted soul spent all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he? Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it. And what about the whole Reaper side of things? How does this fit with the kind-hearted soul idea? Woo! Sorry, I've run out of breath talking like this guy. Should give him a different voice. So, do you think he set out a trick from the very beginning? Oh, to trick me from the very start? I'm sorry to say that does seem likely, yes. When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financier. He looked over the papers I've written and said my work would benefit all humanity and must be pursued. He was so enthusiastic, he was so empathetic. But in reality, he was a mastermind of some vast criminal network, it seemed. I still can't believe it. As the machine was essentially a set decoration for some stage magic, it probably didn't require a large amount of investment, actually. But the scale of it wasn't just some small trick. It's a very elaborate feat of deception. All young scientists are hopes of their burgeoning ideas, full of zeal. But none of us have any money. Oh, we want to do research, but we can't afford it. Just like streamers. Streamers want to stream, but they don't have the money to build a fucking computer. Why can't we just get a computer loan? You could get a computer loan if you sign up with Best Buy with me. I can help you do it. Make me look good, please. Give me a raise. Maybe most of us with barely legal part-time work to try to earn a few measly pennies to carry on. To go through all of that, only to be taken from a complete fool. It's too rotten to believe, too rotten. It is, I agree. Nice plug, thanks. Or a college student. Or a fucking college student. And that's why we have to find those responsibilities and bring them to justice. Mr. Asman is no more, of course, which only leaves the engineer. Mr. Endrick Deber. Deber the engineer. Is he an engineer or a magician? Or a swindler? It was about a year ago when Mr. Asman first brought Deber to meet me in my laboratory. Since then, I met him many times to discuss details about the Kinesis machine. But at no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist? Oh, he wasn't just an illusionist. What do you mean? He was just a wealthy of the deep scientific knowledge. There's no question that the man's a genuine scientist. It instantly appeared in conversation. Evidence appeared in a conversation. I see. But the wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. And there's no more clues that you can give us in his whereabouts. I'm sorry. We only ever discussed the Kinesis machine, nothing else. Although, just once. I did visit his workshop. What workshop? That was the enormous fabrication laboratory, where he constructed my great machine. Look at her face. What? Why didn't you mention this before? Direct Deborah's workshop. There's every chance we might find the man there. I feel like he had to hike it, right? There's no way. This guy had to have left, right? Was it filled with elves? You can go in, there's like a dwarf, an elf, and like a fucking like tyrant and a golem. Have you been to Deborah's workplace then? Yes, just once. You understand. It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct the Kinesis machine, you see. Where can we find it? We have to go there at once. There's a good chance we'll find Deborah there. Well, yes, definitely. I'm sure I'm sure you're not gonna get what you want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all. I'm so sorry. I was more than half expecting that. You see, I was blindfolded to carriage the entire way there. He blindfolded you? I wasn't taking any chances then. The place was incredible, a pinnacle of nautical engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best. A special French machine oil that's impossible to attain in Britain. Ah, yes, the indescribable scent of that important oil. Perfumers across the world should forget their scent formulate and use that instead. What do you think, Miss Susato? End this machine for your next birthday? I have never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm not sure if I'd like to start with that. I don't suppose you know even part of the workshop's address, Professor. You don't have a business card from Mr. Deber, for example. The man was clearly cautious, Mr. Sato. I'm not sure how it... Ah, yes, I do. He gave me his business card once. It's here, right here, look. What? Let me see. Throw etiquette out of the wind, why don't you? She just snatched her from me. Not Deber, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There's no address. No. Damn it. Oh well. Well, can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful. Deborah's card has been added into the courtroom record. Alright, let's take a look at this shit then. Got a plus sign, it's got a moon, it's got a little minus and a moon. Plus and minus. Enlarged Deborah Engineer. It's got little smudge marks. That's the oil. There's dark smudge here. I think it's perhaps the machine oil. Yes, possibly. Professor Hairbrine mentioned something about the oil Mr. Deborah uses, doesn't he? He said it was specially imported, very high quality oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain. It was like a damn D-pad. Ah, yes, but more importantly, it's more fragrant than the finest perfume, so excuse me for a moment. Oh, it doesn't appear to have any scent at all. Don't worry, I expect that's just because it's such a tiny amount there. There's a smear machine oil on the reverse. Kinda does look like a D-pad, yeah. It's like a plus and minus sign for like the Switch. What do you have to say for yourself? Alright, nothing. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, getting tired. Can't get tired from this. At least an hour and a half. Right, guys? Alright, got some water. Alright, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up while reading this. That workout really got me. Alright. Maybe if I just lay down on my bed for 2 seconds. That's a really bad idea. Alright. The Great Exhibit Grounds. Foot of the Crystal Tower, 23rd October. Yeah, I gotta stand up for this. I'll stand up. Ooh. Ooh, it's a dog. Oh, we're gonna have the dog lead us. I had no idea there was so many people in the world. What do you mean? You live in Japan. Oh, you live in Japan. What am I saying? I know what you mean. It's really packed here today. It feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowd at this point. Has it? I shut my brain down, so I don't really notice, to be honest. Doggo! Sorry. Gosh, I do wish I had your absent mind sometimes, Mentos Naruhodo. There you are. I have a feeling you lot will show your mugs around here before long. Oh, wrong guy. Oh, Inspector Garrison. I see you're hard as work as usual. Warm greeting to you, too. I hope you've been keeping well since we last met. What's without a ceremony? We just saw each other in court like this morning. Not you, Sunshine. The gentlewoman so loyal to you at your side. Oh. Why, thank you, Inspector. How good of you to notice. Might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose. As you probably guessed, we're here hoping to investigate the scene more. Right. Well, that's the young trainee's domain. Oi! Get over here, Gina. She's just playing with the dog. She seems to be busy playing with the dog, or with the puppy. Probably giving a traditional East End training. Gina? She's a police officer. Oh, Gina? She's a police officer now. Amazing, isn't it? She's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place, anyway. She's got the detection bug, if you ask me. Yep. I think she'll follow in my footsteps nicely. What? What do you mean? I'm being transferred. It's time to me to say toodle to London. Oh no, really? That's a bit sudden, isn't it? Oh, he's gonna be the head of the scientific investigation department. I had no idea. Where are you going to be posted then? Come see how you're getting along. Ha! Ha! Not likely, but you're welcome to try. If you don't mind taking a trip to France, that is. To France? I'll be working in the Paris Police Prefecture. Should be right up my alley. Oh, wow. But France? It's an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sitting there? Oh, did you know I was always French? Oui, oui. He just like breaks out a fucking French accent. It's like, oui, oui. Did you not know I was French? That's the way the adult world works, sunshine. Like, oh, don't poke your nose and where not wanted. He's gonna cry? He's probably gonna cry, isn't he? I'm intending to take the kid with me when I go. What? You're taking Gina to Paris? Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what will become of her? I suppose she's worried she slipped back into slipping in her hands into people's pockets and purses. I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruto. I think he's worried about the Reaper. Oh! Oh, of course. Hold it! You forgot to type in your choice of character, Shark. So I've been playing on Inspector Garrison's... So that's been playing on Inspector Garrison's mind, too. Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina. Don't go blabbing, you hear me? This motherfucker. No, of course not. I gotta keep that Diamond Diva safe and sound. So all this is over, at least. Oi! Did you just call me a Bloovin' Diamond Diva again? You heard that, did ya? Right, well, any questions about the scene? You can put them to my capable detective diva here. Let me close my door. Zelda opened it. Alright, you had the boss. Inspector Lestrade's in charge here now. I suppose I better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. Oui, oui, Paris. So, Gina, you got a new dog here? Have you? Oh, she's got a little animation for him! Oh my god, he's so cute! He's so cute! Isn't it great? Toby, its name. Toby, it's Tobe. Oh, how delightful. He's absolutely adorable. Oh, I just broke out a wrong accent. Yes, the dog does seem lovely. But it's not so lovely Inspector Garrison that's playing on my mind, to be honest. Oh, she's not gonna freak out that fucking she's here? Oh, I guess she saw her in court, so she's not surprised. Gina, we were actually hoping that you could investigate the scene again. Yeah, alright. If it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here. Ah, yes, Toby. Woo! Woo! I just peeked my mic, didn't I? The machines must have exploded at the top of these stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind... Sorry, you can't go up there, Suze. Oh. It's like I told Odo yesterday. Even I ain't allowed near the rack. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? The special dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Is that the one you're thinking of? Oh, that's the one. That's why only them lot are allowed to investigate it. What they call again? The forensic something? The forensics investigation team. Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one, yeah. But isn't that the case that... fuck. Japanese with an English accent, female. But isn't that the case that the special disposition has been lifted? I think so, but I don't really get it, to be the truth with y'all. 10 out of 10 cop in the making, you know, baby. She's gonna be a doggo trainer. Yeah, it's still supposed to get permission from the bigwig as others for I know. What's his name again? Lord Strange something? I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. I think you might mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps? That's the one, yeah. Apparently, it's always been watching time to something. So without Lord Strongheart's express permission, we can't investigate on the stage. Okay, today's the trial. It's great, we're in. I had a rough laugh. It was a new one on me, that... You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worrying about being found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in your previous court appearance, didn't you? Yeah, and the old motto made things hard for me every single time and all. Just do my job, Gina. But watching someone else get in the neck is all fun and all, actually. It was amazing when you showed that dodgy professor dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, you put it, Gina, is Naruhodo's client. Yes, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though. It's the boss I feel sorry for, sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean? It's supposed to arrest that other cove, isn't he? Ain't no time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer, what's his name again? Mr. Deber, you mean? Enoch Deber? That's the one, yeah. Gosh, you said that line like 5 times. So the police are looking for this mysterious man with a black molecule. I guess they would be. It's putting too much on the boss, if you ask me. It says it's giving me a... It says it's getting gut-ache. Gut-ache. Oh, I can't do this! Ah! Oh dear. But I wonder if it isn't actually from all that fried food. The engineer's whereabouts. I know where he's from. So, Scotland Yard is trying to track down Mr. Enoch Dever. I wonder if they had any luck. It's really funny looking. Got 2 eyes, don't match. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. The old devil's got it. Sorry? Wait, who? You know, that Scowling Reaper was always glugging down the glasses. With that blood red plunk. Ah, Lord Van Zeeks. It's always in it for me. It's always in it for me, that cove. Don't know what it's always scrolling around that mine. It probably would have been pretty good boss if it goes. He'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than a detective's trainee? The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally bad off with both. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I haven't even thought about it like that. Well, glad we put that one to bed. Anyways, the point is, everyone is at the yard's dead set on finding that fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. There's nothing that can lead us to Deborah at all? Question mark? Where did you find that little mutt then, Gina? Oi! Don't be flaming rude, Oro. Slight overreaction there, don't you think? Ain't no mutt, alright. Toby's... How'd they put it? Oh, look at him. Oh yeah, a bone fide detective. Sorry? I'll give him a little proper little title and everything. The Chief Inspector Toby to you. More senior than Inspector Garrison, is he? Ooh, so he's a police dog, is he? The police recruit dogs now? I've heard that they've already been used officially in the German part of their city policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have such a wonderful sense of smell after all. I have a fairly good sense of smell myself as it happened. I can sniff ass. You have a nice ass. Oh, shit. Let me chug this water real quick. Ah, fucking delicious. Never mind, this is the bad water. Okay. I can tell undergarment. What the fuck was that? I can tell undergarment that has been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't. Ha! It's nothing compared to this little fella, Odo. Oh, really? According to what the boss said, once Toby's got a good whiff of your drawers, you can chase that scent to the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim? Mr. Naruhodo, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin. I just can't believe this little dog has such incredible skill. Can swim? Oh, I'm telling you, Odo, there's more than more dogs doing their bit for the police in the future. Yes, I agree. Right. One of these days, they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way around. Oh dear. Sorry, Gina. I don't think I agree with you on your vision quite that much. Well, anyways, whatever you think about that's Toby as Britain's finest police dog. Found him down in the East End the other day. Someone just chucked him out on the street. There you go. I knew she lifted him from somewhere. Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals. Alright, yo dog, can you sniff this ass? Oh, about this, Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning me letters around the moment. Only know E to A, so if it ain't too much blatant trouble. Oh, actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. Oh, how come? That's just a dirty little smudge on the back and all, that's all. It turns out that this is very high quality French machine oil. It has a very particular scent, apparently. Oh. Oh, you don't say. Well, let's have a whiff then. Oh. Fuck. Are you sure? I don't smell nothing. Yes, Zelda? Zelda? Good? Good? No, no, no. We don't mean you should smell it. Yes, Zelda? Come here. Give the mic a good meow. Go, give it a good meow, Zelda. Give it a good meow. Come on, give me a meow. Give me a meow, Zelda. Meow. 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 Meow for me, Zelda. How come you never meow? No, meow for me, Zelda. How come you never meow for me? What a jerk. Oh, right, you mean Toby? Sniff that shit, Dark. Woof, woof. Oh, yeah. His sense of smell is so good, he can track people over the oceans, can't he? Professor Hairbrine informed us that the oil is unique to Mr. Depper's workshop. Sniff, sniff. Give it a big sniff. Oh. I think he picked up a scent. So you mean if you follow the scent in this oil, Toby can lead you right to that dodgy caver's workshop? That's right, that's exactly what we were hoping for. Alright then, we'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that. Wait, what did you... what's a pickpocket? If I can just lead everyone to that Deborah's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week. No, not you. Stop sniffing the dog's ass while he's trying to sniff the card. Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Poor Garrison. No way. Oh wait, I have to go to the other place first. Okay, be right back. I'm gonna let Zelda into Diggy's room. Oh, what the fuck? The fuck's this guy? Oh, I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna fucking happen. Lord Van Zeke's gonna be charged for something as the Reaper and said he actually killed someone. That's what's gonna happen. Alright, I let Zelda into the room. 23rd October, the British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Oh, who's that standing behind Lord Strongheart? I wonder. I've never seen her before. Is that a her? Oh, that is a her. Can't even tell from the back. Ah, the young champion of the court. You have some success this morning. I understand. Have you thrown the entire government into disarray as a result? Oh, you mean because of Professor Hairbrine's experiment? Sham science begins demonstrating at London's greatest exhibit. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrambling to respond. Lord Van Zeke is in Whitehall as we speak, giving an emergency briefing. Oh, dear, I didn't mean to cause you any trouble. None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for having been taken in. A special dispossession that prevents investigation at the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, a forensic investigation team will move in and deal with that scrap metal in no time. It's scrap metal now, isn't it? Until later then, Lord Strongheart. Yes, thank you. Oh, she's probably the head science investigation team, isn't she? Who's that? That was Dr. Courtney Shinish. Sithy? Would that be Sithy? That's Sithy, right? Scotland Yard's esteemed chief coroner. She's leading the forensic investigation teams handling in this case. He was just delivering a report about the victim, in fact. Oh, I see. But Mr. Asman, following the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked that the coroner's office be re-evaluated its findings. I don't have the time to tell you what she concluded. If you want to know, you're gonna have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensic laboratory. Oh, right. Now, what were you to see me about? I can give you 7 minutes and 39 seconds of my time. So he's not running away so spectacularly late anymore. Hello? What exactly is the forensic investigation team that you meant? What's before? The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace forensic science and everything it has to offer. Boo, no timer on screen. That would be funny. I first created the forensic investigation team a year ago now. Unofficially, of course. To pave the way. Goodness, a year ago? Next month's synopsis. I intend to present the results of their work to the world. Once I do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensic division. And once that happens, the position of Attorney General will be mine, and criminals will suffer dearly. What do you mean? For too long, these scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. But London scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell. Hell's Kitchen! We always watch that at work and it kind of pisses me off. I intend to see to it personally. By creating the finest police force that the world has ever known to protect our honor and future. Look at those eyes. God, he has no soul. He means every word. Dr. Sethi is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially establish the forensic division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman. Now then, speaking of the symposium, Miss Mikotoba. Oh, yes, my lord. Your father should be on the high seas as we speak, making his way here to represent the Empire of Japan. Yes, that's right. I understand he will arrive at the beginning of next month. Are you acquainted, Lord Strongheart? With Professor Mikotoba, I mean. It was many years ago, but yes. I remember Dr. Mikotoba very well. We've had a bro lunch, and we shared a bro pizza, and had a bro moment 6 feet apart from the pool. It was very bro-tastic of us. It's where I got my name, Strongheart, because I had a very strong bro moment with them. It was memory serves. It was some 15 bro years ago now that your father came to Britain as a visiting bro student. That was the year I was born. Yes, 16 years ago, in fact. Wait, is she part Britain? What's her mom? Mikotoba was a young practitioner of the bro science, and Jikoku accompanied him as a young, promising bro judge. The punctualness and politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us, bro, greatly. Not that I wish to... Oh, I changed my voice completely. Not that I wish to imply the impoliteness or carelessness on your part in any bro way. I didn't think that's what you were. Dr. Mikotoba studied forensics as one of London's large hospitals. The street saner, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. City was also there then, as it happened. Wait, yes, what happened? Oh, as he studied, okay. Then Dr. City knows my father, does she? She was a very young medical bro assistant at the time. Oh, I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I have no doubt that they knew each other bro superficially. After all, the Dr. Mikotoba was studying here his subjects for 6 whole years. 6 years? That's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it? 6 years is a lot. That's like... Huh. I lived with my grandmother in those years. So he left his newly born daughter behind and went overseas for 6 whole years? It was a rather turbulent time at home. Oh. Perhaps father wanted a reason to get away. What do you mean? Why? Because I hate my dad. Clearly something was going on at the time. He was having an affair with the British woman. I wanted to ask you about Lorne Van Zeeks, actually. I heard his older brother was killed some years ago by a mass murderer known as the Professor, who target nobles and royalty. Is that right? You're Japanese, or a bro through lot. You've done your research well. Yes, yes. And you could say it was at that very bro incident that gave rise to the Bro Reaper. Nani? Nani? どうしてってくれわかりません when his Oni bro chat Clint Van Zeeks was murdered. It was just after the young bro Barack had graduated from the University of London and became a bro prosecutor. When obvious bro criminals who managed to evade conviction in court started bro peering. Oni bro chat. You like that one, Sky? Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm happy you guys laugh at my dumb jokes. That's all I need. Rumors spread quickly throughout the capital. Londoners start to say that whatever bro Van Zeeks went, the ghost of his dead bro wasn't far behind. Oh, my word. So, bro Van Zeeks isn't the Reaper. It's the ghost of his Oni-chan? Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in the London's bro legal circles. Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart, please call me Broheart. Go ahead. It's about Professor Hairbrine's experimental machine. We would like your permission to examine the remains if possible. Are you well versed in science then? Not in the slightest. In fact, you could say I'm barely aware of the subject at all until recently. Well, the special broception legally prevents investigation of the machine is currently being annulled. With a few hours, Dr. City's team of forensic experts will begin their own investigation. But I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the bro wreckage as long as you don't touch nothing. Arigato. Maybe it's looking better than nothing. I'll be able to see it too. If you have my bro mission, and your time is up. Sekai wa! Wait, how do you say time again? How do you say time in Japanese? I don't remember. Someone... Time. Oh, jikan desu! Yeah, jikan desu. Jikan, what's the line? Jikan, did they say jikan desu? Or did they say jikan something else? I don't remember. Fuck! You'll have to excuse me now, I'm afraid. That my next bro engagement calls. We are extremely sorry to have troubled you when you are so busy, my lord. I have important matters to attend in this preparation for the synopsis. You understand? Gone like the wind. That's a movie. Alright. New location has been added. Where? Ooh. Well, let's investigate the experimental stage first. Jaina! Going up the stairs, going up the stairs. Oi! That's off limits up there. Tried to sneak past me again. I stuffed your gobs full of the boss's fish and chips. Yes, please, I love fish and chips. I suppose we need special permission? Did I not get special permission? Guess I didn't get special permission. About the 30 feet, I believe. Or 9 meters if you prefer. Craning your neck so up high to see a starts to hurt after a while, doesn't it? Yes, well, we need to get up there and look around properly. Although, if I'm honest, climbing all those stairs make my chest hurt. Oh dear. I think perhaps you should exercise more, Mr. Naruhodo. Exercise this nut? Girl, what do you mean? Wait, how did I get permission? Alright, whatever. I guess I gotta go check the forensic laboratory and talk to Dr. Sithi first. Ooh. Damn. Who's got a skeleton in their motherfucking closet? Sheesh. Yeah, bone saw and everything? Fuck, dude. What a hot lab. I believe this is Dr. Sithi's laboratory? The chemical smell really assaults the nose. And there's plenty of them to assault the eyes in here, too. It looks as though that the doctor isn't here. But we're here now, so we may as well do some sightseeing, don't you think? What a seasoned tourist you become, Miss Hisato. Well, we could say a look around. Being careful not to upset any restless souls. Is that a skeleton in the closet? I suppose this is Dr. Sithi's desk. Ugh, I would not like to work in a place like this. It's very tidy though, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Imagine how efficient she must work. The lighting is poor, which is bad for the eyes, and the chemical smell can't be good for you. Not to mention the skeleton watching over you as you work, which is definitely bad for the nerves. Well, yes, those are vital concerns, I suppose. I can just cope with one eye Durham doll watching over you, but that's all. Spooky, scary skeleton. Well, would you look at this? A magnificent display case. Cherry wood has been polished to a high sheen, and integrated carving is a joy to behold. Western cabinet makers really are skillful, aren't they? Do you have nothing to say about the skeleton inside, Mr. Naruhodo? Miss Hisato, can't you tell that I'm trying very hard to avoid talking about the terrifying contents in the case? Oh, it's how I cope. I'll be sure to remember that from now on. Birds, 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 birds. That looks like an owl and a crow up there. I know. They haven't even twitched since we came in here. Well, no, they wouldn't have. They're taxidermy mounts, Mr. Naruhodo. Ugh, I was afraid you were going to say that. I've been trying very hard to tell myself that they're just sleeping with their eyes open. Yes, I think perhaps you were wise to put something like your drum doll on display in your office instead. Ooh, a box, a chair. Ooh, some bottles. Got bottles in the club. Drink that shit. Look at all these bottles in the shelf in this cabinet. What an assortment of chemicals. Oh yeah. Oh, that's some good chemicals. That's some good. Naruhodo. Search Dr. Dreco and hide. These ones are here labeled highly toxic. Ugh, that's worrying. Because there are also things that look like salt and pepper shakers in there. Oh yes, they're actually saying salt and pepper on them. Oh, the doctor probably spends a lot of time in this room, so perhaps she has meals in here sometimes. Well, life goes on even when you're surrounded by death. That's get it? Get the reference? The song's called Life Goes On? That was a good one. Oh, so it's full of LOL 4 threads? God damn it, Sky. A table and a set of sharp tools. Well, when you consider each as in isolation, it all looks quite innocent. So why is that when you put them side by side, they all seem so horribly disturbing? It might be best not to ponder it too deeply. Seeing the large tome that's open on the desk does make me wonder, though. How can anybody concentrate on bookwork with this accursed odor of chemicals in the air? You either have to have a cast iron constitution or a really terrible sense of smell. Maybe you like feet. Maybe you're a feet. You like feet. Those large jars seem to have pale things floating inside them. Oh, no. I suppose they're fruit liquors or something. Or like pickled umeboshi plums that we make back home. Ah, Father had jars like this in his laboratory as well. Except they were human organs in a persevering solution. Probably an example of some rare medical condition. Miss Susato, there are some things in the world that are perfectly fine never to know about. Ever. Oh, so as I said, I'm sure they're fruit liquors or umeboshis, aren't they? Yes, of course. Yes. Yes. I'm actually interested in trying one of them. They do sell them at the store. They sell they sell plum wine. And in the wine, there's an actual like whole ass plum in there, like straight up. And I've been like interested in trying one of them. I'll probably buy that next time. Give them a little tipsy whipsy. Get a little try z yz's. Right? They do sound great. So I got permission. So oh, maybe I'm supposed to talk to her first. There it is. There it is. I was like, Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again. Yeah, right. If it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, that's all right. I'm going to play with my new friend here. Ah, yes, Toby. Woo! The machine that exploded must be on top of this. Oh, wait. Isn't this everything? Yeah. Right there. What was the name again? Lord something which? Lord Strongheart. Yeah, that one. Always watching the time or something. Actually, we've just recently been to see Lord Strongheart. Toby Fox. You what? You've met him? Last time the boss was called to go see him. I waited for 3 hours at the Colm's office and came back shivering. Tragic. Ah. Well, Lord Strongheart has given us permission to examine the scene as long as we touch nothing. Oh, yeah? Honestly? Honestly. Alright then. Go ahead. But if it turns out you're lying, it'll be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in his life. Snap. So you're still saying all this is above the board, yeah? I'm sure everything will be fine. That really would be tragic. Alright then. Them the stairs. Off you go. Oh, thank you, Gina. Oh, arigato, Gina. Oh, arigato. Alright then, Edo, leave it to me. Sorry? We're gonna go after that dodgy engineer call, aren't we? This right minute. Oh, but wait, hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. I'm afraid we can't help. We gotta get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. It ain't gonna be me who gets it in the neck. It'll be the boss. Poor Gregson again. Ready, Toby? Got that oil sand, have ya? Come on then, boy. See you later. Woof 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 woof. Have you ever seen what's that one dog the huskies like howl and just scream? You ever see him scream? Have you ever seen that vine of the dog that just screams out of nowhere? It's like to die for. I gotta show you. I gotta fucking show you. It is like my favorite one. It's so funny. Dark Souls dog scream Have you seen this, Sky? I love it. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny, dude.
I love you, Kobe.
Oh, I love it. Why is it screaming? Gonna scream again?
I love you, Kobe.
I don't get it. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's too funny. It's too funny, dude. Why is that 10 minutes long? It's too funny. Shit fucking kills me every goddamn time. Every goddamn time it fucking kills me over and over again. Alright, anyways, alright, back to the game. I do hope that the scent of oil leads to that swindler's workshop. His inner wolf is feeling chatty. Because he's like, oh! And then he just screams. He goes, and then he gets that crack. He goes, oh! Wait, he goes, oh! Hope so too. Ideally before the dogs move across the channel to France. Alright. So, yeah, I guess we're just gonna head over to the laboratory. Here's the scorching on the grass that you mentioned. Yes, and that's what's left of the green balloon envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident. Here goes Chewbacca, yeah. Poor Professor Hairbrine. I do feel sorry for him, his dreams to start to shatter like that. Someone's well has truly burst his bubbles, as it were. Ha! 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 I must be so annoying in this house. Ouch. I'm a bad person. Wait a minute, what am I looking for? Move. Wait, did I miss something? Hold on. Oh, so I just gotta wait for him? Okay. All right, we gotta go investigate. We gotta go investigate. We gotta go investigating. Poor Tire. Is that a barber emote? I didn't know that guy played Genshin. December 23rd, October. The Great Exhibit Grouse. Experimentation Stage. Alright. Wow. Oh my. So this is the machine. That was used to deceive people into thinking instant kinesis had taken place. Yes, that's right. Or rather, that was the machine. It's a little worse for wears at the moment. What an extraordinary lengths Professor Hairbrine went in order to obtain the research grant. No. The professor was tricked as well. He didn't know anything about it. Yes, of course. It is amazing though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair. It's so very British. You're right about that. You never seen such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. Gonna tie him off, but he got back to it recently. Ah. I'll never give up Genshin. Genshin is love. Genshin is my life. Lord Van Zeeks? Wait, he's here? What the fuck? So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Miss Susato? Already? He is the Reaper, remember? We'll do best well to keep our distance, I think. But we have permission to be here from the top. We're perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine as long as we don't touch anything. From the top? You mean from Lord Strongheart? Exactly. so we can stay here and stare at the wreckage for as long as we like. Could have been the center of the explosion here and it wouldn't have bent her steel will. Guess we should talk to him? Hey, Van Zeeks. Ugh. Least approachable man in the world winner. 10 years in a row. Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assistant stands firm behind you. Bro Van Zeeks? Bruh? Bruh? Do not call me bro. Well, beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? I thought I was making it clear that I do not want to be disturbed. Apparently, your Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. Oh, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Ah, well, the thing is, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart has given us permission to investigate, on the condition that we did not disturb anything. And yet, you've managed to disturb me. Oh. Never mind. State your business then. Well, to come to think of it, there are quite a few things I like to ask Lord Van Zeeks about. Like, what's your height? What's your 3 sizes? How firm are your butt cheeks? What is your natural hair color? How big is your schlong? Not least of which that awful case, even though it has nothing to do with this. Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try. Your brother, Clint. So, Clint. The fuck was the name of your older brother, I understand. Lord Van Zeeks. You, Nipponese, always have to be on guard when you're around. So, you've been investigating me, have you? Sorry, I'm tying my pants again. Tie my pants. How do you measure butt cheek firmness? You know, you ever see? Here, I'll put the camera on for this one. I'm not gonna like pull down my pants on camera. No. How do you measure butt cheek? Well, let me show you. If you take your hand, okay, and you touch this part, this part right here, and you squeeze your fingertips like this, the firmness of your hand right here is actually how you test the rarity of meat. So this would be medium, like well done, right? Firmness of the meat, well done right here is how firm your meat would be. If you and then medium is like this, rare is like this, and this is like what everyone likes. So you want your meat to feel similar like this when you poke it. And then this would be like rare, which is like not even cooked. And that's actually how you can physically touch your meat. You could touch your schmeat and actually test how cooked it is. Besides, sticking a thermometer in it. But yeah, Mark taught me this. Our mod Utada, he's really into meat. He's really into the schmeat. But yeah, he's actually he told me about that. And I was watching my regular cooking shows on YouTube that I normally watch, and that is actually how they told me. I'm really aware on how to touch my meat now, thank you. Yeah, so whenever you're like, I don't have a thermometer, I'm kind of lazy. Your meat's cooking on the pan, it's kind of chilling, you just go. Like, okay, medium rare, medium, okay, And that's how you kind of like get an idea of like where your meat is when you're cooking it. Generally, you want to cook, sear, flip, sear. You want to sear your meat, flip it, sear it again, flip it one more time, cook it medium. And then, yeah, generally. Anyways, back to the visual novel. Back to Ace Attorney. So, you have been investigating me, have you? Oh, no. It's not like that. Well, alright, I guess it's a bit like that. Thanks for the cooking tips. No problemo. Okay. My Onichan was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Van Zeeks family, Ohana, but tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. Professor, you mean? Hey, hey, hey. It's something, funny? That the extent of what you discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised. Eh? Nani? Gomenasai? There's so much more to it then? Lackluster work is very much of your trademark, isn't it, bro? You're too kind. Are you going to tear all Nipponis with the same brush next time? So tell me, what is your interest in this historic incident? As it happens, Lord Van Zeek, there's a rather curious case that's come to our attention. Hmm? Are you aware of the Madame Tespel Museum of Waxwork by chance? I am, naturally. I believe that since last month, I featured in one of the displays there for public scorn. Of course, the infamous Reaper of the Bailey would have been exhibited, wouldn't he? Well, a particular waxwork had been stolen from that place and held for ransom. A particular waxwork? Which? Wait, you mean... Oh wow, I've never seen him surprised like that. Yes, it's the professor. Mr. Shlomes is investigating the case as we speak. I was unaware of that. They're as white as a sheet. It doesn't look, he already looks white enough. In Roche Debre. Are the police trying to locate the engineer Mr. Debre already? Surely that goes without saying. We're very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of a man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to Professor Hairbryan, was a tall, thin gentleman who uses straight, white hair and wears a black monocle. So, I was just wondering, I mean, I realize that's probably not possible, but, we very much appreciate any more clues you can give us. Wow, Sasado-san, really know how to take it out the bull by the horns. Fine. Why not? I have a photo of the man here from the investigation 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Oh yeah, because he's been 10 years ago. Why does he look familiar? We saw this man. Didn't we see this man very recently, actually? It has appeared he has already had that black molecule at the time. Okay, on the last case in the last game, we dealt with a man in a white suit who had blonde hair and a regular monocle. Different guy. But this, I could have sworn I've seen this person before. What? Oh, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us. We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow. Which means we have to do everything we can to track him down in the short time available. So, why wouldn't I show you the photograph? What is this about Lord Van Zeeks? Something I just can't really work out at all. Photograph of Deborah has been entered into the court record. Man of science is a man of magic. Oh, whoa. It's me, Hawkeye. Ah, the file that you requested for trial tomorrow. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Are you alright?
I'm trying to sneak around.
Was that a good snake voice, Sky? Because that's exactly what I was going for. Was that pretty decent? Because I can't hear myself and how it sounds to you guys. Because you know, I hear it through my throat, so I hear it differently. Is that a good snake? Who is this man, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Van Zeek's apprentice, apparently. It's me, Batman. That's the wrong So Though I'm not the only one here. Sato-san can see it too. What am I seeing? Is he Japanese? Lord Van Zeke? Maybe speak with your apprentice for a moment? What if he's like... What if he's Kazuma-san? Wouldn't that be crazy? With him? Why? Is he just gonna disappear? Oh! Kazuma-sama! Oh! There's no way. There's no fucking way. Kazuma-sama. Kazuma. I don't believe it. Your posture. Your presence. It can only be. It's you, isn't it, Kazuma-sama? Does he have memory loss? I felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. He also knew how to fight, didn't he? But he used a rapier. As if I knew him somehow. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way, dude. But he's using a rapier, and he's not really holding it like if it was a... He's not really holding it like if it was a samurai sword, though. Can it? Can it really be you, Kazuma? Wait! What? Wait! It's too late. What's going on here? This is fucking crazy. There's no way that's Kazuma. There's no way! Unless he has memory loss. What is your interest in my apprentice exactly? You act as if you know the man or something. I mean, well, since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago. Lord Strongheart introduced me to him about 3 months ago now. Holy shit. How firm is your meat? Grace Ace Attorney. Oh yeah. Thank you, Thank you, Lilu. Thank you. I'm gonna put that on my Twitter and on my TikTok. I appreciate you and Sky who do those clips because it gives me something to put that's not something that I clip myself because all I clip are aces. With instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor. But he didn't tell you why, did he? He was supposed to be a defense attorney. That man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself. He has amnesia? Tomorrow, he will appear in court at my side. What? He's to serve as my judicial assistant on Lord Strongheart's orders. He'll be in court with us? Yo, this is fucking crazy. Now then, unless I am much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course. Oh, yes. Thank you. No fucking way that's Kazuma. I definitely saw a reaction there. There's no fucking way that's Kazuma. When Susato caught him like that, it really seemed to hit a nerve. She called out Kazuma-sama. That was fucking crazy, dude. That was wild. There's no way he's fucking alive, dude. I don't believe it. This wasn't here yesterday. Isn't that the cage? What's that? Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing in before he was apparently beamed through the air. That's right, the bird cage. According to what Professor Hairbrine said in court, it's made of wood. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I believe. And despite having been an explosion and then falling from a great height, it's relatively unharmed. What wonderful durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? I understood that forensic investigation team had to take it away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished with their work. But sadly, not with the body inside. No, that's right. I know we were given strict instruction not to touch anything, but still, this is too important of a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. The bird cage has been added to the machine and been entered to the court record. Ooh, have to investigate a bird cage, baby. What is this? Oh, look here, Miss Susato. Oh, yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose it's because it fell from such a height? Yeah, the height at which the balloon was flying down from the crystal tower below. A fall about 30 feet, or 9 meters, for all you non-Americans, leaving the man inside tragically dead. But wait, if it crashed from the bottom side, then how did he hit his head? Okay. Age. What a terrible explosion must have been. Even the steel grinders have been buckled and twisted in the blast. And what they call the bird cage is right in the middle of all that. Just here. But look, Mr. Naruhodo, the metal grill on the floor. It looks as though it was designed to open. It does, doesn't it? If the floor had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birch cage could have dropped through and disappeared from his sight. I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, isn't it? Ah, the great old disappearing in smoke act. You've already met that masked man, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, yesterday, in fact, at Lord Van Zeek's office. I see. And if Kazuma-san really is still alive, it means that Mr. Shlom lied to us. God, I can't take it seriously when she says Shloms. I know. We're gonna need to speak to him about this. You're going to have to leave now. What? The forensic investigation team are due to arrive shortly. If they find you here, it will cause problems. What sort of problems? Foreign affair problems. Oh. Well, we could do without that. Alright. Well, we'll be on our way. Right. We'll be on our way. Let's go, Miss Susato. Of course. Someone based off of Shlom's lie? Shalom my dome, dude? Oh, Mount Tespel. I feel like we have about 3 more places to go to, and we should be good. What? Not yet? Hey, tell me more about this fucking bird cage, bro. Never mind. Bro, tell me about this photograph of Deborah. Never mind. Guys, I'm so hungry. That's not okay. Why am I so hungry? So hungry. Oh, I probably gotta go to the laboratory. No? Madam Tespel then? Wait, didn't I just get here? Oh, maybe Shloms is here now. And he's not. Ah, yes, the heavy curtain in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whatever's on the other side of them, you just know it's gonna be terrifying, don't you? The site says it's Madame Tespel's special exhibit. It seems you have to pay extra to go inside. I know. Can you believe that? Pay more money? As if we haven't been scared enough. It's not my doing, Mr. Naruhodo. Bam, 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 bum, bum, bum. Maybe I'm missing something here. Oh, the Crystal Tower. I can't believe I'm seeing it in such close proximity with my own eyes. You've really been looking forward to the great exhibit, haven't you, Miss Chisato? Oh yes, when I found out that I have to return to Japan, I'm afraid I cursed my luck. But here you are, back in London, gazing upon the magnificent tower. I know. Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly. Yes, yes. Maybe you can curse me out, baby. Oh, now time for an FF-style dungeon. What a shame that the symbolic landmark of the great exhibit have been damaged like that. Yeah, unfortunately, the birdcage crashed into most of the prominent position possible. By the gods giving us a warning, if you ask me. Man must travel on his own steam and not cut corners with instantaneous kinesis. But imagine what would have happened if the birdcage had landed in a slightly different location. Would have got fucking crushed. The death toll could have been far worse. So I think perhaps it was a blessing in disguise. Well, the guards are malevolent enough, obviously. I did just say it was a warning. Man must travel with his own steam. Next time, birdcage will rain down on all you. Your faith is much stronger than I realized. Well, how do you think I passed the entrance exam for the Yumi University? Wasn't by studying alone. Oh, look! A flying balloon. I've never seen one in the flesh before. I can't understand how they fly, and so I hope as well. But think of the view, Mr. Naruto. You must be able to see for miles and miles. I do think of it, and it terrifies me. I mean, it would be certain death if you fell out. I'm sure they're perfectly safe. After all, they've been invented by some of the brilliant, brightest minds in the world. Let's not forget that we know at least one has exploded. I'm sure there's some other ways to fly. Yeah, I'm sure too. Okay, we better not try to go sir. We're to bump to the forensic investigation team. Sounds like I could make some trouble. Trouble double. Double trouble. Trouble. Oh, trouble. Alright. I feel like I don't want to push it, but I feel like I'm so fucking close. I feel very close to like finishing this, but I don't want to push it. Oh, Shlom Suite. This is where Holmes is. He's got to be here, right? There you go. 23rd October. The Shlom Suite. Wait, what? Is he not here? Where is he? He's got to be sitting on his violin. No? Is he Iris Quarter? Where the fuck is he? Well, Iris wants to go to the tea market. What to do? Do you know? Honestly, I thought I might never have that opportunity to return to Great Britain, and certainly not so soon. It's funny, for the past 6 months, I haven't been able to work in court. Meanwhile, you've been raising a storm in the Supreme Court of Judiciary back in Japan. Please, Naruhodo. I may have been dressed as a man, but it was a very reserved performance. So what your father said in his letter about a Ryutaro takedown is reverse? Well, anyways, I'm back here in this great capital now, and ready to assist you again, in any way I can. Thank you, Miss Susato. I appreciate that. It's my pleasure, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, I'm clearly missing something here. Am I missing something? At this point, I feel like I didn't investigate something in the forensics laboratory. Nothing, huh? Do I really need a help? Help! Help me, Mia! Yeah, I ever played what's that game called, Sky? Green hair, you grab stuff. You have to save your grandpa. And like she shakes people, you go shake, shake. And then like when the grandpa gets kidnapped, he says that, he goes, help me, Mia! Fuck, I fucking love that game. It was such a cool game. That old policeman isn't here now, obviously. I can't believe he just happened to be in the jury, though. I understood that London had a population of 6 million people, and yet... you do seem to run into the same people disproportionately often, don't you? Shh, very sus. A ladder. Is it a stepladder joke? It's a stepladder joke, let's fucking go! Ah, there's a stepladder there, look. Oh, yes, a stepladder. I think perhaps we should let the properties know that someone left it out. The stepladder, I mean. Is something wrong? Why do I feel as though I just managed to sidestep an argument? Oh, good joke. Good joke. Gotta love a good stepladder joke. This one's posture reveals his weakness. Sorry? The killer's stance leaves him wide open to attack. I'm quite sure I can see him off. With a Susato takedown, and then a Susato squash, and then finally a Susato smash. Right. And if that doesn't render the culprit unconscious, a Susato slam should finish him. A Susato slam? Oh, I'm sorry. It's rather hard to explain. Let me show you. Leave yourself open slightly, and I'll demonstrate. Absolutely not. Some guy in the corner. Absolutely, yeah. Yes. 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 Oh, what a horrifying scene. A murder caught in the grisly act. I know, right? In case you were wondering, it's one of the big knife that's supposed to... It's the one with the big knife that's supposed to be the killer. I don't think anybody would have any doubt about that. Surely? And did you know that according to the description, the bathtub in the back has no particular significance? Oh, what? Really? I would have thought it meant to show that the killer had also worked in the bathhouse peddling criminal wares. Ah, I have a new theory. Alright, where the fuck do I need to go? I'm definitely missing something. Hey, yo, bitch, do you know what this is? Hey, yo, bitch, do you know what this is? Guess not. Hey, yo, bitch, do you know what this is? Ah. How could this happen? It was falafel. Oh, wait. Fast forward, so that means we've already done this. What about your trusty screwdriver, Andrew? Do you recognize this? Oh, it's Andrew, my faithful friend. Have you been? Are you alright? Nobody mistreated you, have they? Don't worry, he's being well looked after. I always rub him with machine oil until he's gleaming. Right. And then when we come to tighten the screw with him, he slips in my hand and I cannot do it. It's that old age problem faced by driver files all over the world, isn't it? I really wouldn't know, I'm afraid. You fucking freak. You freak. You stupid freak. Fucking a screwdriver freak. Alright, sorry. Bad. Yo, I'm fucking tripping out here, dude. Yo, I'm tripping balls. Tripping motherfucking balls. Alright, it's gotta be here. Like, I'm missing something, right? Okay, I'm actually lost. Okay, the Great Ace Attorney 2, no spoil walk. Episode 3, Investigation 2. Choose office, talk to Gall, talk to Dobin. Examine Dobin card, turn around, examine, it gets updated. Move to the stage, talk to Gina, presenter, my band, update dialogue. I updated her dialogue skipping, it might be optional. Examine the stairs, talk to Van Dijk, talk to him, examine the gate, talk to Gina, present Jim the business card after speaking with her. Goes for including the book on the desk. Oh, the book on the desk. I thought I was missing something. A tiny book? Oh, that book. Sheesh. Sheesh! Oh, look how big. Look how big this thick book is. It appears to be an accounting ledger. A record of the forensic investigation team's spending, I think. Oh? What is it? It's clear that the team purchased various equipments and... Oh god, I took my glass for like a second, I can't read. Equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but... Well, one of the entries seemed rather strange. Really? In what way? They're buying 500 scalpels every month. 500? That must be working really hard in dissecting corpses. I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances. And scalpel blades can be sharpened too. It does seem a bit strange, you're right. 500 scalpels a month? What could they possibly be using them all for? What if they're stuffing dead bodies with drugs? What are you doing? Ah! Oh! Alright. Sexy tall voice. Sorry, we had something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so... So, you thought you'd snoop around. That's acceptable from the people from the East, is it? Well, what do you want? Lord Strongheart told us, you see, that it was you who examined the victim's body. Mr. Asmon's body, I mean? So we came to ask you about your findings, on Lord Strongheart's advice. Very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigations revealed. But when we're done, you must leave immediately. Nice! Your findings? So, you want to know that the forensic investigation team determined from an examination of the scene. The victim, Mr. Adi Osman, who disappeared from the experimental stage amidst an explosion, and Mr. Asman, who appeared moments later partway up the Crystal Tower, were without question one and the same person. That is the team's conclusion. No, that can't be possible. But that can't be right. If it was an elaborate trick, we can only speculate about how it was carried out. A woman's voice. Let's see, if two people who look very similar to each other were involved, then they could have made it appear as one single person had switched places, couldn't they? Very true. But sadly in this instant, that was not the case. You know whose voice would be good? Like a 2B, you know? Like a 2B who's gone through shit and is depressed. That is like the perfect voice. A man who's disappeared and a man who subsequently reappeared was the same person. The fingerprints at the scene made it quite evident. Ah, fingerprints. They're not yet officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system, but one day they will be used as investigation aid as a matter of course. Oh my, but that would mean that the instantaneous kinesis actually took place. So where does that leave us? Then her basic voice. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions. Instantaneous kinesis is impossible, and the body did move from one place to another. This hasn't cleared up anything at all. It's made the whole thing even more of a mystery. But wait, if you did fingerprints, isn't it possible to place the finger... Mama, what is this? Oh my god, what did she spring from? And what did she just call a Dr. Mama? Yo, she hot? She cute? This is a lawyer, dear. Oh. Hello, to meet you? Pleased to meet you? Yes, I'm a defense lawyer. Ryusuke Nara. Mama. Yes? Can I cut this one up? Oh. What? Oh. I've never seen the insides of an Eastern person before. I want to know what it looks like. Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can see very well. Boring. I think I just had a near-death experience. Oh dear, Mr. Naruto, you're as pale as a corpse. Then let's leave before I'm mistaken for one. Whoa. Well, I think we're all done with the investigation. We can't go here. If we can just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Deborah. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then, do you think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Shlums at this point? You think I should try to put her Japanese accent back? We have things to discuss. I'm dying to meet them after all these months. Not run over from that crazy girl. Hot crazy girl. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful, you're right. With all the girls, I think I should try to give her back her Japanese voice. We ought to meet Madame Tespel. He's supposed to be working as a temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes, Iris told me all about his latest unusual venture. I say hit, yet you have not seen her face yet. That's true. Not yet? Is it hold off? Okay. Wah! Alright, 12:21? Fuck. We're very close to finishing this investigation, so I'm just gonna run it through it as fast as I can. And then we'll stop there for the night. 23rd October, Tespel Museum of Waxwork. Here we are again, at the House of Horrors. I'm afraid I haven't got used to the place yet. I'm still like to turn my heels and go straight home. Viva the confectionery, of course. Sato really is after something sweet today. This candy ass, baby! Eek! What's the matter? Look, Mr. Naruhodo, look at that waxwork. I'm quite sure it wasn't there before. It looks exactly like Mr. Sloane's, down to the very last detail. Ah, what is it? Oh, sorry. I think you'll find out. That's the temporary waxwork himself. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh, God. Ah, the friends of my dedicated employee. Oh, yes. Hello again. It's me, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I must say, I'm quite spellbound by the great detective. He is a marvel. My precious waxwork is already back to where it belongs. You don't mean... But yes, the mystery is solved already. Wow, Mr. Slums can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough. So, as you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Yes. Yes, his habitual duties? Allures. Do not disturb, Poor Susato. She looks very perplexed. Alright, let's take a look, baby. Olga, witcha booba! Hey yo, witcha booba! I want to take a look, baby. I'll pay the extra money. Hey, bruh. Wake the fuck up, bruh. We really ought to speak to Mr. Shlomes in here. Am I longing to say hello again? But where is he? What the fuck? I think you might find out that he's quite nearby, actually. Oh, what do you... Indeed, my dear fellow, it is I! The world's famous great detective and waxwork, Herlock Sholmes! Is she not impressed? Oh, she fainted. Susato! Susato-san! Oh, well. Alright, game's over. Lights out. Bye, guys. Ooh. Did I just hear an oof? I took out my headphones to turn on the heater and I slightly hear an oof. Ah, my most humble apologies. I thought I died and nearly gone to eternal paradise for a moment. Viva London. Eternal paradise is London? My dear madame, allow me to make amends by offering your tasty free deductions at some points. As long as it's not a questionable street food quality. I don't understand. Why are you working as a waxworks here, Mr. Sloan? Merely a secret identity, you understand. Though the case is largely solved now. Shark squats. Oh, dude, I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired. Are you having fun in Minecraft, by the way? Hope you're having fun in Minecraft. Alright, God, that was actually so fucking painful. I did so much shit today. Probably gonna rest up tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Been AFK working on paperwork. Gotcha. Largely solved? Yeah, solved this. We're talking about the Waxwork abduction, I presume.
Indeed we are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was just as easy as proverbial pie. Though, I confess, I am yet to partake
Of a pie, proverbial. Excuse me. Or otherwise, already food so far of today's matter. I'm hungry too. Shit. Need to leave in about 3 hours. Gotcha, shark. Empowered drinking water. This is disgusting. It tastes like purified water, salt, potassium chloride. How is this empowered water? This is disgusting. Why do people drink this? Right, anyways. Okay. So how did you manage to solve it so quickly?
Ah, well, do you remember I said it was largely solved?
Salty water? Yeah, don't say salty water, something nastier.
Anyways, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone?
Oh yes, it's a most modern invention, allowing you to hold a conversation with people far away. In Japan, it's only the imperial capital and a handful of other cities are connected at yet.
This morning, a telephone call was received from here, the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate terms, and in the end, the waxwork was returned.
That's amazing. But what did you...
Just between you and I, it would appear that the culprit had always intended to return the stolen waxwork in any event.
Oh, but I thought whoever was responsible had to demand a ransom, no?
Yes, and I think perhaps the ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive.
But does that not mean your negotiating was entirely unnecessary?
A fact that I must ask you to keep from Madame Tespel at all costs.
Isn't she right here?
A hungry young Iris awaits my return to Baker Street after all.
Poor Iris.
Now then, do I sense that you have some business with this great waxwork?
I do. Before that, in Rocher Deborah, we're in the process of trying to track down somebody.
Oh?
Yes, a man by the name of Rocher Deborah. He's the swindler who duped Professor Hairbrine and the engineer who built the kinesis machine.
A swindler and an engineer. Quite the modern man.
He's also seemed to be a conjurer of sort, too, with considerable knowledge of stage magic. We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. But we have so much clues to go on, that's the trouble. Do you have any good ideas?
I have no ideas yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. If I knew something of the man's appearance, at least I may be in a better position to help.
Yes, general appearance.
Fortunately for you, however, presently I have too little occupants myself, too little to fill my stomach.
As soon as you find any clues, no matter how small, I should gladly give my thoughts on it. Alright, I'm kind of hungry, so I'm just going to roll by with this. Mr. Shlomes, did you lie to us? My dear Miss Naruda, say that piercing stare. What is this about? Last winter, when we first were on our way to Britain aboard the steamship, your words were very clear, so then let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led us to this curious murder. You told us that it was murder, and you examined Kazuma-san's body. Indeed, and wherever lies the problem, we met him earlier today, the victim Kazuma Asogi. You're quite sure? Ooh, serious mode. He was wearing some sort of mask and was apparently suffering from amnesia, but yes, I'm quite sure it was Kazuma-sama. You must have known at the time, Mr. Shlom, that he wasn't actually dead.
Well, I can only assume I was swept under in the murderous atmosphere at the moment. But the fellow wasn't dead at all! Ha ha! Priceless!
I don't suppose that performance would pass muster. Would it, Mr. Naruhodo? I can't believe that the crewmate presented at the time made a mistake. But not you, Mr. Shlomes. I will now tell you something of the first most importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that. Please, Mr. Shlom. Tomorrow in court, you'll find out on the threshold of a very great mystery. For now, I'm afraid that's all I can say. Interesting, interesting. Mr. Shlomes, would you cast your eyes over this photographic print? Of these nuts? It's Mr. Endrock Deber, the face of an engineer we seek. Well, all Englishmen look broadly the same, of course. So, looking at this photograph won't be particularly interesting. Are you alright, Mr. Shlomes? Dad? Just kidding. Ah, yes, forgive me. Very interesting, this. Very interesting indeed. What's wrong, Mr. Shlomes? You turned quite pale all of a sudden. Pale? Shit and bricks over here, dude. Shit in color. I have a suggestion, Mr. Naruhodo. Will you indulge me? Oh, well, what is it? As I explained to you when you arrived, the missing waxwork have been returned, and I personally reinstalled it in the exhibit from which it was taken, behind those thick curtains. Oh, yes, the professor exhibit, isn't it? There's no fucking way he's the professor. Would you like to see it for a mere 5 shillings? That's a special, one-time only price, you understand. What? The opportunity won't come again, I might add. Would you like to see the fruits of my labor? Oh, well, what do we rather have pressing investigation to carry out? Perhaps we could postpone it? The price is a very reasonable 5 shillings. I think you'll find it it's well worth. You're being quite serious, Mr. Shlom. Surely you only need to look at my expression to ascertain if this is seriousness or silliness. I can never tell with you, that's the point. Very well, it couldn't hurt. Here's your 5 shillings. Show this dick, bitch! Got him! And just runs away with it. Gratefully received. So, the special exhibit awaits behind the curtains. I invite you to pursue it at your leisure. Drumroll, please. Well, the money's been spent, so let's go see the special exhibit. Giant gawk. It's him. It's gotta be him. Those heavy curtains at last. Here it comes. The twist. That's the twist, right, baby? That's the twist? This is the twist? 5 shillings we've had to pay. It doesn't seem right somehow that Mr. Shlom slipped the money in his own pocket, doesn't it? No. We could ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skill. Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives. That's what makes Britain great. Not to mention demigod prosecutors taking the law into their own hands of chip-loving inspectors. Inspector Garrison comes off rather well in that list, I think. Here it comes, baby. 23rd October, Madame's Tespel special exhibit. Oh, it's like a whole room? Oh, that's freaky. 1, 2, 3. But he didn't have the head. Oh dear, I felt a shiver run down my spine as soon as we walked in here. Miss Susato, I say we turn our heels and go straight home. We have a really big confectionery. We certainly cannot do that. We've paid 5 shillings already. Ah! I fucking love your emo, Lilu. Ah! True. Actually, now that I'm looking at it a little more closely, 139. We paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. The nerve of the great diddling detective is far more terrifying than anything else in this place. That's why he said largely solved. Must be what Schlo meant by he said largely solved. Number 139. Be that as it may be, Mr. Sloan implied to be a clue about the engineer here, didn't he? But where? We paid 5 shillings, so let's do 5 shillings worth of investigation, shall we? Yes, we will get what we paid for. Is this fear or frustration that's making Susato-san's voice tremble? Alright. So, first things first, this. This must be the killer. The fiend known as the Professor. Yes, I think so, according to what Madame Tespel said. He killed 5 victims, all of noble or royal blood. The waxwork is so lifelike, isn't it? All like the models in this place. I know, it looks like it could start moving at any moment, doesn't it? Only if it had a head, that is. Wow, I got fucked, dude. I thought there was gonna be like show the exact murder, but I got twisted. I got double twist. Perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. What is this number right here? So this is the condemned man. Yes, the so-called professor. Have you ever been to? I have not been to a wax museum. His head was chopped off by a guillotine. But unable to find peace, he emerges from his grave as a headless ghost. Do you think we have to entertain such terrifying ideas, Mrs. Sato? Anyways, I'm sure the model had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it, see? Then perhaps Mr. Slum's absent-mindedly forgot to reattach it? You went one in Florida? How was that? That must have been freaky. What was it about? What was the theme of the wax museum? There was an extremely absent-minded detective you're describing, isn't it? Or perhaps the thief absent-mindedly forgot to include the head when he or she returned to the museum? Oh, well, that would be extremely absent-minded thief. Could there have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned? Well, whatever the reason, it means we don't know what the face of the infamous professor looks like, do we? Oh. There's something caught in the inside of the convict's jacket here. Yes. Ooh! Ooh! They had a lot of famous people, pop stars and stuff that they had props to use to take pictures with them. It was fun. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, so you take pictures of the mannequins with the mannequins? That's pretty fucking rad. It's very thick, isn't it? About 5 times thicker than any normal glass glazing, I'd say. Where could such a thick piece of glass have come from, I wonder? I suppose it must have been made thick to increase its strength. But why? Well, perhaps because the glass had to span a particular wide area, such as a big building, for example. Oh, well, we've seen a large glass building recently, haven't we? And some of the glass was broken, too. You don't mean... Exactly. The Crystal Tower, the great exhibit. But why would a glass from the Crystal Tower be lodged inside of a Waxwork's jacket? It makes you think, doesn't it? It's also dirty! Bruh, it was used as a body double. So wait. But that means the professor... If this was used as a body double... That means this was the professor. That means the professor is the dead body. Is the one that was killed. Interesting. Who are you? This particular exhibit is just as disturbing as the rest. It looks so real. It seems to be a young man in a white overcoat. And he has a large shovel in his hand too. Look! 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 Perhaps we should investigate a little more detail? Oh, he has a monocle, doesn't he? I can't see his face very well, can you? Perhaps if I just... Oh, do you think I should manhandle the exhibit? I put it back exactly as. Don't worry about it. It's probably the face of the man we're looking for, isn't it? There it is. Yup. The exact face of the man we're looking for. What on earth? How can... I don't believe it. Black Monocle. Mr. Naruhodo, is it possible that this man is... Yes. Oh, what the fuck, dude? That's kind of creepy. It's Enrich Deber. The color of his hair is different, but it's unmistakably him. Indeed it is. Oh, indeed it is! Mr. Slomes. This man is the subject of your present hunt, I believe. Yes, that's right. Just who is this man? Why is he here in the exhibit? Why does the convict behind him have no head?
The head was missing when the model was returned by the thief who stole it.
What a surprise.
So then the case isn't solved yet, is it? Did I not say so myself? Largely solved were my words, I believe. But I must locate the missing head, two's this sweet, as the madam would say, or I'll be in grave trouble.
Oh, she's French, that's right. I forgot she's French, so we're using French accent for her.
A very hungry Irish boys might return to the bigger street, preferably with ratios or rations.
Do you know, though, something about this room? It's strange. Strange? What do you mean? Well, the display in the House of Horrors are all supposed to depict real events, are they not?
Indeed they are, Miss Susato. Do go on.
And as terrifying as they are, the scenes in the other exhibit are believable. But this one... This surely couldn't ever really have happened, could it?
I think it's time I educate you a little about the nature of the incident involving the professor 10 years ago.
Alright, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's almost 1. Can I? Okay, I'm gonna speed read. I'm gonna speed read. Alright, speed read time. Speed read demon. Alright? Speed read, because like I gotta sleep and I gotta eat. I gotta put food away, pack food, and then eat one more time. Alright, so speed reading. He was buried alive. Oh, holy shit, what if he's buried? Oh my god, that means he was buried alive. Shit, you're right. So the professor was buried alive, so who's the professor? I believe I told you about a little professor yesterday, didn't I not? He took the lives of 5 victims, everyone being either a member of aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped from their body. Oh gosh, an enormous hound. How awful. After taking the life of his victim, the killer was apprehended. It was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you understand. Accordingly, the professor was tied in a closed court. Was trying to court. No member of the public were permitted. A closed court. So you mean that the professor's identity, as you surmise, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public? Interesting. Naturally, he was found guilty and was summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He was buried in the grave at Lowgate Cemetery, in which adjoined the rear of the prison where he had been held. However, that was not the end of the affair. Oh, shit. Oh. The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life. Came back to life? He clawed his way out to the ground and emerged into the moonlight graveyard. The exhibit here depicts that very scene, as described by the sole witness of the chilling event. And there was a witness, but of course, my dear fellow, it was none other than the young man in the white overcoat. And Rich Deborah, he saw it happen? I like how Ace Attorney theme is always solving cases that happened in the past. So this is the Waxwork model of Endrick Deborah. 10 years ago, the convict professor, having been gibbeted and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night, the sole witness to that unimaginable scene. Was this young man? From appearances, I would say he's about 20 years old. So horrifying. Scared out of his wits, the young Deborah ran to a nearby police station and reported the incident. And the sheer terror of what he's seen is said to have turned his hair white overnight. As shown as the photograph we have of him, his hair is completely white. For the following few days, the story of what he's seen was on every front page in the capital. The public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who came back to life. As you've seen, an exhibit was even created here at Madame Tespel. I can quite understand why the man's hair would turn white, certainly. But what I don't understand is what was Mr. Deborah doing in the first place, in a lonely graveyard in the middle of the night? Yes, what was he up to? Bearing his sins, bearing his sins. Following the execution. The professor acts of terror through London's upper class into complete panic 10 years ago. It was a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest level of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer has ever been systematically employed a dog as a murder weapon. Yes, I can imagine the impact a case had. But in time, of course, the rumors abated. So too did the talk of the shocking witness account of the convict who came back to life. was forgotten, dismissed, and dubiously a ghost story, as the purported parlor tale. But why did people stop believing it? Why? Simple, because there's no resurrection to speak of, as was established in fact. What do you mean by no resurrection? The police investigated the graveyard in Lowell Cemetery and published their findings. The convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been following the execution. But that would mean Mr. Dever must have lied to the police and the newspapers. That would appear to be the only logical explanation, yes. The young man subsequently vanished from society and has nothing been heard since. It's rather striking then that he should resurface now, don't you think? Of course, the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. But Mr. Dever's hair is unusually white if that's really did happen overnight as a result of shock. Hard to believe that the incident was an out-and-out lie. I see. So that is... What, have you worked something out? There is indeed one deduction to make from this photograph, yes. Each time you show it to me, it will cost you 5 shillings! Past 10 years, that's true. But that's the rumor that it turned right overnight. Okay, so that's just a whatever. Ah. We're so hungry. I'm hungry as fuck again. Camera. What's this here? Well, this would appear to be a lens in the middle, so I believe it's probably a camera. A camera? But it's so small. British technology is incredible, isn't it? Well, I'll go eat, but I need to finish this. What about Shlom's skin print? I think perhaps you should treat Mr. Shlom's invention as exception to the rule. But anyways, why would the man be in a graveyard at night with a camera? I wonder, perhaps he was trying to capture the moment a dead body came back as a ghost as film. Let's just borrow this for a little while, I think. The camera. Wow. By looking at the photograph plate inside the camera, we can see it was pitching. What a photograph. What's a photograph plate? A piece of glass coated in a special illusion that reacts to the light coming through the lens. If we open up the back of the camera, we should find it. Let's have a look. Your eyes are shining. You really do like machinery, don't you? That's quite a large lamp the man's carrying. Or is it a lantern? It's not unlike a Japanese gochi paper lantern, isn't it? Lamp, lantern, gochi. The point is, it casts a very little lighting to be walking alone in a graveyard at night with only this. Well, I certainly couldn't do it. I'm not sure I can visit a graveyard at all, even in broad daylight, to be honest. Alright. Oh, we're done. Ah! Oh, Gina. What you got? What that bleeding Nora order? What you got all that done? Gina, what are you doing here? I asked Iris and she said this is where you'll be. So, Gina, not so loud in the museum. Madam Tespel will have you take a position as a waxwork if you're not careful. I think there might be more pressing matters. I still got a flash powder left from 6 months ago, so, holy shit. All right, Gina, we understand. Please put the gun down. Oh my God. I need to take off this jacket. Give me a second. Give me like two seconds. 2 seconds.
I lied. I went to go eat some chicken. I ripped a piece of it. I sucked on its breast. It was delicious. It's soothing my hunger. It's really soothing my hunger for now. I'm very close. I can feel it. It's this one. I investigate the laboratory and I'm done, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's settled. Okay, good. Sorry, I got scared. You should have been trying to be the... You should try being the one on the other end of the barrel. So, what brings you here, Gina? What brings me here? What do you think? We found it. We found that dodgy old cave workshop. You found Mr. Deborah's workshop? Yep. Toby's nose took me straight there. The boss and the others are heading over there right now in the drive. Come on. Here's the address. I got the boss to write it out. Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once. All right, then. See you there. You go. Don't mind me. I'll just stay here. Being still. What? Oh, I know my place. In the exhibit over there. Oh dear, someone is feeling sorry for himself. Let's go, Mr. Slomes. You're coming. Your word hardens me. I must stay. But if I were to shrink my duties here, Madam would have me pay more monetary recompensation. And Iris's dinner would be on. Forget that. I'll pay for everything. It is not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hail a carriage at once. I'll offer to share the cost for Mr. Slums then, huh? I shall gladly pay half, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you, Susato. Right, let's get going. God, it's time. Ooh, wait, whoa. 23rd October, in Arch Deborah's workshop. Whoa, wait, what's this? Why is there, looks like, oh, it's another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine. Indeed, it would appear so, though only a prototype, naturally. Oh, so what you got there? Gina, well done for finding this place for us. In such little time. You really work miracles. Oh, it's Toby here who's got the miracle walker. Woo! Rolf. What the fuck is with his eyes? Ah, I thought you lot would show up before long. Hello, Inspector. That's one knitted brow. Looks like he's eating a lemon, not a bag of fish and chips. What's his eyebrow? So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer? Sadly, no. We didn't find a soul here. Oh, then what a shame. Well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us the chance to investigate. According to what Gina tells me, we'll only find it thanks to a clue that you lot turned up. I wouldn't want to say go to Paris without a debt of gratitude unpaid now, would I? Thank you. Anyways, if you're hoping to snoop around in here, I get cracking. Lord Van Zeek and the forensic investigation team are on the way as we speak. And again, I imagine you got the picture by now. They don't take too kindly to lawyer types. Right. So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down while we have the chance. And you, Shlomes. Pardon? They take even less kindly to great detectives than they do lawyers. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Very drawled, Gregson, very droll. But you may consider me nothing more than an inconspicuous Waxworks model. Right, let's see what we can find in here. First things first, I gotta examine that picture that we had. That we just stole for some reason. Is there something on here? There's no way. Oh, look, the cover came open. Yes, now there should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take, see? It's something wrong?
There is no plate. It's been removed. Ah, well, what a pity. But I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be an actual camera that was used at the time, just like the waxwork isn't the actual person. So we never really found a photographic print of the executed convict coming back to life anyways. Oh, yes, you're quite right, of course. Poor Susato. She looks devastated. Yeah. Oh, plus and minus. Wait a minute, there's a plus and minus on it. What a wonderful machine. You really love contraptions like this, don't you? Oh yes, anything mechanical I find absolutely irresistible. Oh, you're almost irresistible, you say? Well, whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I can't help myself. I simply have to take it apart. That's worrying. Yes, father tells me time to buy the rumbling of the stomach now. He's given up a watch. Poor Professor Mikotoba. Is that bloodstain? No. Look, Mr. Naruhodo, what is it? On the bellows, just here. There seems to be a very dark red stain. Yes, you're right. Looks like blood, actually. Oh my. I'm sure it's not what you're thinking. Ha ha ha. Oh, there's blood on the camera. Alright. What do I see? Ooh. It's a European-style quiver of arrows with steel bolts in sight. Oh, do you suppose? Crossbow bolts, these. And just the right size for the bow you lot turned up at the exhibit ground. In other words. Yep. That's more evidence to support your theory. It all goes to show that Deborah's the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of the whole sham scam. The details of the crossbow has been updated. Nicer. I'm sorry, Mr. Naruto. That machine is covered by the Special Dispensation for the Scientific Equipment Act. There'll be serious repercussions if you're to examine it from the Crown and the government. Oh, they're just looking at it. They don't give a fucking shit. Look at them. Well, those two don't seem to be holding back.
It's quite hollow inside. No working parts or device of deception to be seen, my dear fellow.
Not a loose chains dropped on the floor or nothing. Not even a bone for Toby, my dear fella. British people are very much ruled by their own ideals, aren't they? I think that's just those two, Miss Susato.
Trophy? Ah, this appears to be the most interesting. Yes, the most interesting indeed, wouldn't you say? It's the most impressive looking
Back massager, that's for sure. I have no doubt that if you hit your shoulder a few times with that, your aches and pains would soon go away.
That's a Royal Sciences trophy for excellence in science. A young scientist could wish for no honor higher. Would you like a massage?
No, I'm fine, thank you. I had no idea it was such a grand thing. I think it's becoming increasingly clear that there's much more to this than Mr. and Deborah than conjuring tricks.
I couldn't agree more, my dear madame. And how about you, Mr. Naruhodo? Would you like to take it with you? For your tired shoulders, of course.
He's not going to let that go, is he? It's curious, though, isn't it? You would expect such an important trophy to be proudly displayed somewhere, not haplessly cast aside. English gentlemen can be quite a mystery at times. Nicest trophy, very prestigious award for the young Deborah. That's a lot of evidence we're having. Okay, Royal Scientist Awards. There's a little metal plaque here, look! Fostering burgeoning talent for the future of scientific discovery. Seems rather ironic, doesn't it? But clearly, Mr. Deborah really was a talented scientist. There's gotta be something else with it, right? It's a trophy, huh? Maybe this will, like, prove a modem or something. Plane, huh? What on earth is this? An aeroplane, Mr. Naruhodo. One day, science believe it will allow all humans to fly freely in the sky. Is that how the trick will be described, is it? Sorry? Well, it's actually suspended by a thin but strong cable, isn't it? Oh, well, this model is, yes, but a real airplane would actually fly high in the sky, while suspended from somewhere even higher in the sky, of course, because large metal objects obviously can't really stay in midair so unsupported. So to you, the solution is even taller towers. Wow, what a fucking... I didn't think he would be like that. What a non-believer, dude. This door doesn't want to be open. Yeah, looks like he got a pretty hefty lock on it. That's a special locksmith on his way here from the yard, so hands off till he gets here.
With permission, Inspector. I can have the lock open in less than a minute.
Well, you don't have permission. Ain't no one's giving it to you. Garrison look as though he's really enjoyed that one. Well, there's no sign of anybody on the side. No Deborah must have fled first sight of danger. Oh, that's scary. That was fucking scary. Oh. Anything wrong, Miss Susato? Well, I thought I heard a noise from the far side of that door. Well, Gina, did you hear it too? Yeah, I heard it all. What you reckon, Toby? Woo, woo. Right, and mind the grease. Whoever's in there, open up. This is Scotland Yard. Oh my. Someone is in there. Ugh, the rotten, bleating lock.
My dear Gregson, as I said only minutes ago.
If it was continuous, I can unlock that door in less than a minute. Fine, I'll take the rap for it. Just get us through that blasted door. Click. Whoa, that was fast.
There, may enter as will.
You confuse minutes with seconds, I think.
Time is of the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for?
Nothing forward, I suppose. This is an emergency.
Strong possibility that lies beyond this door is the engineer you all seek. Be prepared for action, my dear fellow.
Yes. Holy shit, dude, this is intense. This is fucking intense. Stool? Is that a bomb? Oh. Holy shit. What the? What happened in here? Footsteps on the ceiling? He kicked the window open. Why is everything upside down? Oh, wait, this room... Oh, this room's upside... Oh, wait, everything's placed upside down in here. Rats. There ain't no one here after all. But there must be. It was only moments ago we heard those noises. Maybe that was the sound of Deborah running away. But there's only one door into this room.
And there's no windows that could afford escape route. Those skylines are too high.
There's no... But then what is that? What's up there then? What are those footprints? On the ceiling? Ah, blow me. What do we got here then? The fucking dynamite in the middle of the room. Looks like someone was trying to burn something in a hurry. Oh, that looks like a set of blueprints. For what? It's a Professor Airbrine's bribing machine, isn't it? Blimey, if we had these, there'd be no need to muck about trying to investigate all that scrap metal.
There's something of great interest here, too. This rope was lying on the floor in the foot of that pillar.
Rope? What's significant about it? Never mind. You see, but do not observe, Mr. Naruhodo. We must investigate the entire room thoroughly before the forensic investigation team arrives, too. Dude, this is getting fucking intense. It's a very large safe. I don't suppose even Mr. Slum can open that lock. Although if you were a thief, you could just steal the entire thing, I suppose. It's bolted to the floor to prevent that exact underhanded thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Well then, you can just steal the floor as well, I suppose. I'm sorry, but you really aren't making any sense at all. Anyways, I think we agree whatever inside must be very important. Before I investigate the bomb, I feel like I should look at everything else. There's no denying it there, is there? There are footprints. Yes, it would appear so. I simply can't imagine how they came to be there. Isn't there a Susato shoot-up or something? Like a Susato takedown, I mean? No wonder. I'm no Wonder Woman, Mr. Naruhodo. That would make her almost superhuman, I suppose. Shlomes, you found something? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, in point of fact, rather something fascinating. What do you make of this? Well, let's see. I've never seen anything like this before. Looks like a bundle of thick cigars wrapped in a large watch me. Ah! Miss Susato, what's the matter? That's a... Surely that's a time bomb, isn't it? What did you say? Oh, a time bomb? Sorry, but what is a time bomb exactly? Ah, ha, ha, ha. You truly are one of a kind, Mr. Naruhodo. I won't take that as a compliment. Ha! You don't know nothing, do you, Oda? You haven't got a clue what it is either. How do you, Eugenia? I invite you to consult a dictionary later, Mr. Naruhodo. But these particular specimen is no time bomb, though I confess it has a similar appearance. What is it? Oh, well, thank goodness. I see. So, what is it? So, let's see what it is. So, what is it? Goodness, Mr. Sloan. Have you seen it to the heart of the matter? There are times where I consider my lot most unfair, for I am fated to never know how it feels to flounder when you do a puzzle presents itself. But I have learned to accept the hardships that come with being a great detective, Miss Susato. Here we go. I feel a great deduction. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I can't do this. I can't do this. Is that the inverted nature of the furniture in this room? The work of Deborah himself. But how could you? And the second conclusion is that small device on the floor there. Without a question, completely genuine. No, wait. Please, Mr. Sloan. Must explain everything. Okay. Alright. 1, I'm really tired. 2, I'm really hungry. 3, I have to pack lunch. I'm tired because I worked out. So, I think, as much as I want to push through with this, I wasn't expecting... This chapter is long. Conclusion, this chapter is long. This chapter is fucking long. It's very long. So, without further ado, for those who stuck around, thank you. I appreciate you that you stuck around. Thank you. The next time we play this will probably be Tuesday, because Monday I'm probably going to play some like Valorant or some shit. And then Tuesday we'll get back to this. So, if you can make it on Tuesday night, I implore you, please. Come. But besides that, yeah, it's late. It's late. Tuesday, I'll definitely be more awake because I don't work Wednesday, so I can actually stay up and I can get to the gym earlier. But besides that, thank you guys for being here, and for those who's watching on the YouTube, thank you for watching on the YouTube. With that being said, thank you. I mean, really, thank you. We have many people we can raid. We have my friend Nick who's playing Valorant. We have Cloudy, who's playing Minecraft with Diggy. We have Derby. We have Obsies as well, who's playing Animal Crossing. We're a bunch of people. But I think we should rate Cloudy. It's CloudyClouds at cloudycloudtwitch.com. I know, Lily, you don't know Cloudy. I've been playing a lot of Valorant with her recently. We met her through Valorant. I think she became great friends with me and Diggy. We really enjoy her. And she's awesome. And she crochets. You should ask her and look at her crocheting, because I know that you are an artist and she does crocheting. And she, oh wait, let me show you real quick. And you see me, you probably popped in and see me play a little bit of Valorant, right? You see me play some Valorant. She crocheted me this for Christmas. Look, it's a little crocheted jet. It's so cute. Look at this. And she actually does crochet commissions. And she charges a really nice price, honestly. So yeah, besides that, everyone, take it easy and have a good night. And I'll see you later. Mwah! Enjoy Cloudy and Diggy in her company. Night, everyone.